Welcome to Let's Vintage RC. So as you can tell, I got this really cool and special here. You're looking at the recent release Kyosho Turbo Optima Mid Special, otherwise known as the Toms. So very cool, buggy. I've been wanting one of these for a while, and it was my birthday not that long ago, and my wife surprised me with this thing. So I was to the moon of that. So big thanks to her, and where she was so kind and purchased this for me. I was able to put a little of my own money into making it even more like the original. Now, speaking of the original Kyosho Turbo Optima Mid, that car would come out in 1988 in short quantities. So each hobby shop that was tied into Kyosho product line would only get about one or two of those cars. So very limited run of those. And if you got one of those, you got something very special. Pun intended. I had my chance to get one of these cars back in 2006, and even back then, the gentleman who I was going to get the car from wanted $550. It was quite expensive, but it did come with the original box and manual, all that good stuff. I believe, yeah, so it was built up, and unfortunately, the body was decaled but never painted. So that was kind of a bummer on that, but I kind of backed off. I wish I didn't back off. I wish I kind of got it. I always beat myself up for it, but it's not a little money, especially back then. It was quite a lot. It is still today. So, but nonetheless, now I have a Turbo Optima Mid Special in my collection. So I'm super stoked at that, and with my own little flavor on it. And I'm going to show you all that good stuff on this one. And then we'll show you the build and then the run. So this gives you a little bit of information on this car here. Talks about it really nice. So pretty cool. So to give you a little bit also extra idea of this car, what makes this thing so special. In '88, this would be the last hurrah of the Optima Mids before they would go to the laser cars. So it was a transition. But check this out. This is an Optima Mid, but just kind of like got all the goodies on it, all the upgrades. But it's pretty much a standard Optima Mid. About an inch longer, this one is. So from what I know is they claim that if it's a little bit longer, it's going to handle the jumps better. It's going to be a little bit easier to drive fast. These could be a little bit twitchier, being a short wheelbase, but I still think that's an amazing car. I think any Optima Mid, I've driven all of them basically, and I think they all drive very nice. Some of my favorite RC cars of all time. They handle good to me. But yeah, I think it's just a gorgeous thing. With that, I threw some money at this car, and I was able to get carbon fiber front and rear towers and support bracket on the bottom. Also, front and rear stabilizers bars from Kyosho. The carbon fiber bits are from Yeah Racing. And then I did a modification to the slipper clutch guard here, where you're able to adjust the clutch on the fly. You don't have to take nothing off. I just had to cut out that little hole area. Very clean like. It looks nice. Also, we got a Team Blue Groove rear polycarbonate lightweight wing. I didn't want the hard one that's kind of like a vinyl. It's a bit heavy too. This is nicer. We upgraded the pinion from a 25. Just went up one to a 26 tooth. I just kind of got it because it looks nice, and it was in my drawer. So I was like, you know what? Let's at least go up a tooth. The motor that's in it is a 14-turn, 3-pole, 550 size motor. So it's a big motor. And it's rebuildable and full ball bearings too. So pretty efficient, powerful machine. I put 550s in all my Optima Mids. This one's even got a 550 in it. And if you remember, it actually rips pretty nicely. If you haven't watched that video, definitely check it out after this one. Also, this one is no longer a 4-window, it's a 5-window body. I made the back right here to have a little rear window. It looks so good, I love it. Then we also did a little modification on the bottom here. You see my little logo there? So now you can see the carbon fiber from the underguard. So I just kind of didn't paint the middle section basically, and just painted the sides. We also made the body of the Optima Turbo Optima Mid Special a little deeper down, so it goes down further. I went past that cut line. I didn't cut the cut line. I went down further and then cut it there. So it's about 1/4 of an inch down further. So I think it's just more of a cooler looks, more sexy. If that sexy can be tied to this car, I guess so. So it kind of, the skirt's down a little bit lower. I think it looks amazing that way. You do see the little cut line where they want you to cut, but whatever. Also, what else did we do? I know I'm missing something. Oh, and then the tires are Marwan tires. So I think I might have already said that. You don't have to upgrade the ball bearings because it gives you the ball bearings already in the car, except for the bell crank steering system in the front. You're definitely going to want to upgrade that to ball bearings. I didn't do it on this one. I did it on that one. I kind of wish I would have did that. I wasn't thinking about it at the time. So I definitely will be doing the upgrade for that part. Let's get inside. Now, when you're doing the Velcro, it's pretty strong Velcro. So you might not want to use the whole thing. Maybe put it sporadic places if you want to. Here's how it looks on the inside. So using a 2S pack, it's got a MG996 R servo digital. Works good, very inexpensive, but I never had a problem with them. And then we got just a basic 2.4 gigahertz channel for reliable running. It's a Tactic. It works great. I use it a lot in my RC cars. And then the carbon fiber brace here, right there. So I'm pretty sure I'm missing something else. 1060 ESC, yeah, 2S pack, stick pack type. I don't know what else to say. I think that's pretty much it. I'm not going to bore you guys too much with this portion of the video. I will say just a pleasure to build this car. Had so much fun. Highly recommend you guys get an Optima Mid. If you're not going to get this one, get one of them. Please, they're great. You're going to have a blast. Probably will be one of your favorite cars. I love them. I love them so much. So, I think my wife got this one from A-Main. I usually get a deal with them too. They're great, really great. And they also, you can get coupons or apply a discount to the cars. These are very expensive. This is over $450. So anywhere you can save a little bit of money, by all means. Not a cheap hobby. So, looks super sexy now. I'm going to say that word for probably from here on out now. All right, so that's pretty much it. If I get you guys real quick, just hit that subscribe button for me. I would appreciate it. It's going to help the algorithm to spread my videos to more people, and thus I might get a little extra revenue. And with that extra revenue, I could put it into more RC cars for you guys. It's just a win-win for everybody. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into the buildup of the Kyosho Turbo Optima Mid Special, and then we're going to go into a little bit of a run. That's going to start right now. Alright guys, we're getting ready to get started on the Kyosho Turbo Optima Mid Special. We got our paints on the side. We got our white PS1, our black PS5, and then we got our PS55 flat clear. We also have our aftermarket Team Blue Groove rear wing that's going to go on this one to replace the hard plastic one. Then we have our MG996R digital servo. Really good servo. I use it in all my RCs. I never have a problem with it. Yes, budget friendly, but they perform really good for what it is. Then we have our 1060 ESC aftermarket, and then we have our Spectrum 553 pole 14 turn motor. I've used these before. Awesome motors, And I love putting 550s in these Optima mids. Plenty torque. Also, we have our front and rear stabilizers from Kyosho. Super stoked that finally came in. It was on back order. We have our Yeah Racing front, rear, and motor support bracket right here. These are carbon fiber. So really nice to have. The carbon fiber touches a little bit anyways on this kit. And then we got our Mar1 front and rear vintage tires to go on this car. That's what was on this car back in '88. So I wanted to kind of bring '88 vibes to it. It's going to look really cool. I'm excited. I can't wait to get started on this one. So without further ado, let's go ahead and crack this bad boy open. Okay, let's see how she looks. Oh, wow, nice. Pretty presentation. There it is. We got our body. Got our bottom part of the body, our protective plate. Got our chassis, carbon fiber, right there. And we got all of our ball bearings, drive shafts, shocks. Very nice. I love the blister packs. And we got all of our wheels and tires. Tear this thing up too bad. All right, let's get this out for us. See it? Pop this out. It's nice. We got foams with it. There's our tire. Right there. Another tire. Tires are soft. Love these rims. Now the rims are kind of like a stagger type of rim, so the fronts are thinner. So there's our rears. Very bright. Definitely going to see this one running. There. That's the tires. There's the fronts. A little more narrow. There's that hard wing I was talking about. There's motor cover and belt protector. Plastic bag. We've got here. Last big box, or last little box here. Take all this out. There's our D bag. Bag F. Got some oils in there. D bag has like, looks like our wheel mounts and stuff. So ball bearings and or our ball differential stuff. So bag A, bag E. There's some of the that bracket, suspension support bracket. We're not going to be using that. Spare parts bag. These always come in handy. There's our bag B. Got that bracket we won't be using. And then we got bag C for, well, towers, shock towers. Some gears. Not that much actually in this thing. Shocking. There's our decals. How nice is those? Cool little cars. And then we got our manual and our cutting sheet. We got to follow this diagram when we're going to be cutting out this body because it's a little different. So we got to be real careful with that. Let's look and see what the manual looks like real quick. I know I'm kind of going through this, but this car has been built already on a few channels already, quite a few actually. So I'm sure you've probably seen them, but just to show you. Got more decals right here. There's the instruction manual. Sorry for movement. So, Kyosho does a pretty good job with their stuff. Can be a little confusing at times, but it's pretty good. So, nothing crazy. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm pretty stoked. We're gonna go ahead and get started on this one, and let's begin. Alright guys, so we're doing really good right now. That looks really nice. I like that. Looks really, really cool. So now we're getting ready to put the Yeah Racing rear shock tower on here, or bracket. And we're going to remove this one out of the kit and put that in parts bin, because we don't want no parts that flex like that. Like that. So that's going to go in the parts bin now. There we go. And this is the front shock tower. Look at this. So that's not good. I'm going to have to mount this one on for the time being. I thought I had this one in the package, but it's not here yet. It will be here in just 2 more days, so, which means I'm going to have to mount this one, the front shock tower, on the front gearbox part just for the time being. Then we'll take this off and I'll put this in a parts bin. So let's go ahead and get the gearbox part on or built up. Well, actually, let's go ahead and mount this. Then we'll put the gearbox together. get a top speed. All right, we got about 28, a little over 28 miles an hour. Not too shabby. Now with the run review. So not too shabby. We've got over 28 miles an hour on top speed. That's nice. Obviously, plenty of power. You could upgrade the pinion if you want to. I don't want to drive this one too hard because I got the vintage Mar1 type tires on here. And so kind of wanted to look very cool and vintagey on the shelf as well. So we're not going to dog this one too hard. It looks amazing out here though. Very cool car. Definitely one you can get creative with it and very competitive with it if you really wanted to. So basically a race car. Plenty of rip right in the mid-range as well with that 550 motor. Sway bars doing their thing. Look at that, it's crazy. All right, now let's go hit a little jump. Alrighty, my friends, that's going to be a wrap on this bad boy. I think she turned out awesome. It looks great, performs awesome. And yeah, I couldn't be any more happier the way this car turned out. Highly recommend you guys pick up a Kyosho Optima. Even if it's not a turbo, just get a Kyosho Optima in your arsenal. I promise you won't regret it. These are amazing cars. Obviously, there's certain tiers too that enhances the experience, but you can have a good time with any of these cars. So with that, if I can have you guys please hit the like. I would love for you guys to comment, and most of all, please subscribe. I promise you're not going to want to miss what's coming up next, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.